Good morning, happy Thursday. So, as I was getting myself ready for my day, I asked Spirit, what is it that could be most helpful today? And I walked by my Lemurian Star Child cards and I thought, I haven't done one in about 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just see what the shuffling has to bring us. So, I was asking for something that would be pertinent to me, which means it's pertinent to listeners. So as I shuffled, one popped out, and it's the beautiful card of Sacred Mountain. You can see that. So Sacred Mountain represents vision quest, clarity and truth, Shambhala, deep healing, supporting Earth's ascension, healing the unconscious. And the little quote here is, as I am welcomed into the healing slopes of Sacred Mountain, I am also invited to remember Shambhala, my crystalline home. So I'm welcomed into the Sacred Mountain. I'm welcomed upon her slopes. And I'm remembering Shambhala and my crystalline home. Now, of course, Shambhala is mythical, so it represents spiritual kingdom, a spiritual kingdom where you find well-being through peace and good health. Yeah, the halls of Shambhala, the slopes of Shambhala, Sacred Mountain. And so many times we think we have to figuratively go someplace, but we can do that in our mind's eye as long as we're setting the barometer of our physical self in the direction and allow it to carry us to that conscious yet subconscious memory of our crystalline self. Yes. So I'm being called to share a couple things. One is 2019 November. I was working on someone, and a few weeks before that I started developing the shakiness. So if I would close my eyes, I would feel like my body was all over the place. When I opened my eyes, it was still. So I knew that I was going through some kind of transformation. So I was doing a healing on someone, and I was erupting as a crystal onto what looked like a desolate plain. So in other words, I popped up out of the ground to a surface of what looked like there was nothing developed there. It was isolated. There was no life form. It was later translated to me that my first incarnation was as a crystal. And so we know in the core of Mother Earth, we go through many gems, many rocks, many stones, many crystalline physical structures that hold Mother Earth together. It's not just all lava and liquid and so on. There has to be ground within the ground. So I incarnated as a crystal, and it also represented to me at that time that I had come full circle on a wheel of many incarnations, and I was going back to my original incarnation self, whatever that was to mean to me. Now I'm also being called to tell you, because this card brings out the vision quest, as I said. And back 20 some years ago, I decided to go on a vision quest. Now you got to remember, I lived in a prominent town doing a lot of social society things. I was massage therapy and then also Reiki, which I could only really do kind of in secret at my office. Okay? So nobody really knew the depths of who I was because I had to play another character on the surface of my life. Now, my husband at the time, he knew, and he coasted along with it. But when the Vision Quest came about, he's like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have to go somewhere to figure out who you are? I said, well, I don't know. I think it's that shaman side of me that just wants to experience, see if I'm missing anything. So I go all the way up to Ithaca, New York, and I'm driving in my Suburban, and we get there, and a lot of things came along the way there. I think I've told the story many times, but it started me out questioning my own sexuality because everyone that was in my car was a lesbian, and I wasn't, or didn't think I was. And so I was exploring in my mind, in my heart, was there something I didn't know about myself? So I really began to just explore all ends of possibilities. So I picked my place and set up my little camp, and I'm there and I'm alone for days on end. And I came out of all of that knowing that I'm exactly who I am, as I am, and I didn't need to go into some deep voyage of a journey. I didn't need to come off the mountain sick because of not eating. I felt great. I was full of energy. I helped other people break down their camps. And it was just sort of a in my face, Sandy, you are the way you are, and everything's okay with who you are, and you're already deep. Even if it's a superficial deep, you go to different levels of being deep. And your silly, crazy humor is who you are. So just know you're okay and that you don't need to repeat this again. So this card represents, and let me put it up here so you can stare at it some more, because all of this beautiful strokes of paint and pictures have activations in them, as does my voice. So when you go to the sacred mountain, it's the journeys of visions and purpose. Energies, vortexes resonate in the caverns as you're being called to self-develop, to be in spaces that bring you clarity to your mind. And as we know, overthinking, that mental monkey mind, is a linear process. When you're in your house, your sacred mountain, your sanctuary, you find spaces of deep peace that cannot be affected by emotional turmoil. Now, that was messages that were just coming through there. So we don't have to go and travel somewhere else to find our vision quest. We can take 2 hours and be in a bathtub. We can take several hours and just go out into nature and to be. You don't have to go day in and day out on just water in total isolation unless you're called to do it. And by all means, do it. Because it may just ring your bell. It may give you information and wisdom and an acceptance of who the hell you are, which is you, which is all you need to be. Yes. Old programming teaches you that everything's outside of yourself, that you need more, that everyone else knows more than you, etc. I used to get intimidated by that because I didn't follow the news. I didn't follow general stuff. So when I would get involved with other people or in groups, I wouldn't have too much to say because I didn't really know. Sometimes I walked away thinking, God, I feel like I'm out of touch, or I'm a little bit stupid. And in some ways, stupidity is my savior. But I go into rooms with the impression that everybody else knows more than I do. And that's a horrible thing. But as I've gotten older, I like to walk into the room like everybody knows more than I do, because I've got some lessons to learn as I'm weaving through what everybody else knows. It's communicating and communing with what I already know on a different level, that I just don't need my pie hole having to constantly explain it. And it also gives you a place of acceptance of where everybody else is. And sometimes people put on a show. They put on a show. Like me, want to be near me, know that I'm smart. It only took me 4 hours to get ready and look beautiful. Like me because of what I'm wearing. Like me because of this. There's so much that goes on when you're rubbing elbows with other people. But you don't have to go out and find a place to do a secluded vision quest when you can make the time to go through meditations within yourself. And that's the kind of stuff that I teach, is how to get from brainwave to brainwave into a space where you can instantly, in a moment, click, flip, tune in. And then it's the best inner guidance, counselor, GPS. It's everything that you need to weave through your day, instead of always hitting blocks and then going, I wish I didn't do that. Or because it really helps you to think, feel, see, and sense before you make decisions. And then you learn to glide with that. So if you want a session, I'm happy to do it, because I'm telling you, it will change your world. So anyway, let's read the affirmation that's included with this one, shall we? So I embrace the power and the hang on a second. I missed my place here. Embrace the power and the majesty of the mountain, allowing it to remove the residue of old paradigm. I embrace the power. I embrace the power. I embrace the power and the majesty of the mountain, allowing it to remove the residue of the old paradigm. So the old programming doesn't serve. You're getting a lot of glitches telling you it doesn't serve, but you keep trying to fine tune it and get it back to that channel again. So flip it out, folks. Just know, okay, it's going to self-adjust. My channel is going to self-adjust because I'm setting my intention to be in my heart center. I'm setting my intention to be in my sacred mountain, which would be my physical avatar is your sacred mountain. That's right. I'm hearing that loud and clear right now. And so let yourself really look at this card and maybe pause it or take a picture of it in this video and see if it helps you feel some deep healing, if it helps you feel some clarity and truth, if it's activating, supporting Earth's ascension, healing the unconscious, the stuff that no longer serves. You're healing it and you're letting it go. And then it's very important to fill that space with divine love, with divine light. So every time you release something, you fill that space with healing, So now there's more room for new information to come through and to be settled in a safe, peaceful, divine, sanitized space, because you cleared it all out. That's right. So I'm hearing that's enough on this particular card. So anyway, just be with that beautiful self of yours and know that you are enough. And if you want to do a meditation with me one-on-one, embodimentofthesoul.com. Let me teach you how to get into those Zen spaces and places within yourself so that you're going in here, not out there, that everything you need is right here and has 24/7 access without a passcode. All you need is to tune into your heart. That's all the code you need. And the rest will be revealed to you. And then you'll see, sense, and feel the difference. So can you make that happen for yourself? Alrighty. So much love and light. Like, subscribe, share. Leave me a comment, my friends. Leave me a comment. I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.